UNESCO's decision was a terrible missed opportunity to shine a light on the grave danger that our Great Barrier Reef is in, and to begin the fight back for the reef, which can only start with the Australian government taking decisive action to reduce our contribution to climate change. The Australian government's own scientists say that the reef's condition is very poor and the reef is continuing to deteriorate. It is difficult to imagine how much more in danger the reef could be. So very clearly, it is vested interest agendas that have triumphed here, not science, not common sense, and not the best interests of the Great Barrier Reef. The people of the world must be looking askance at what the politicians of Australia are doing, given that under the UNESCO treaty, Australian government promised to do its utmost to protect and conserve the Great Barrier Reef. And instead, what we have seen is a cynical lobbying exercise to try and hide the truth. It is a terrible look for Australia.
The Australian government is maintaining that keeping the Barrier Reef off the UNESCO in danger list will protect reef tourism. I don't think that's true. The real threat to reef tourism is Australia's love affair with fossil fuels. There's no evidence that other World Heritage properties saw a decrease in tourism when they went on the endangered. So an endangered listing for the Great Barrier Reef is not necessarily a bad thing, although Australia clearly wants to avoid it. It would put pressure on Australia to do much more about its response to climate change. And climate change has been identified by Australia and everyone else as the number one issue for the future of the Great Barrier Reef.